Attorney General Merrick, Garland, and FBI Director Christopher Wray discussing new actions against Russia. They've unsealed an indictment charging a Russian oligarch with sanctions and also announced the disruption of a global botnet run by the Russian military intelligence agency. Let's bring back ABC News national security and defense analyst MICK MULROY and ABC News contributor, former senior CIA field operative Darrell Blocker for more on this. MICK, how are the U.S. and its allies investigating these atrocities in Ukraine that we just heard the Attorney General referring to?
So, Diane, it's going to be a massive effort. As we've stated this morning, this Bucha atrocity is going to be magnified tenfold as we uncover what they've done in other towns, and quite frankly, as they continue to launch this horrendous invasion. So this is going to be ongoing. They have to gather the information first. They have to tag all the crimes that were committed, and then from that investigation, they will seek indictments. They'll have to find the right court, the right jurisdiction for this to happen. It is important to point out that Nuremberg happened because the Allies won the war. So really, to have that level of criminal investigation and prosecution, we actually have to win. But until then, the gathering of information is critical and needs to happen.
And Darrell, they also, of course, announced the disruption of this global botnet run by the Russian military intelligence agency. One, how does a botnet work, and how significant is it that the U.S. was able to thwart this?
Well, it's actually kind of difficult, but essentially the botnets kind of recreate that there's real people out there hitting likes and responding to things. So it kind of drives where people are going to spend their time, kind of clickbait type of thing. If the botnet system that they're taking down really does control 80% of what's on the dark web, as our Assistant Attorney General just noted, then that is huge because it disrupts all type of other activities, human trafficking, weapons, illegal drugs. So not just supporting the Russian invasion, but really taking down all the different elements of the criminals that are underlying and trying to take advantage of the chaos that's going on inside the Ukraine right now. And if that begins on the internet, then so be it, because that's where the battle is actually being fought.
And Mick, we also heard them detailing how they're trying to target some Russian assets that these oligarchs are trying to hide to avoid sanctions. One of the big ones is yachts. And so why does it matter? Why does seizing some rich person's yacht, what does that have to do with the war in Ukraine?
So it's going to be a cat and mouse game. As you sanction one individual, they generally try to hide their wealth with other individuals, whether it's their children, whether it's these oligarchs, and then these oligarchs will have a very large cost asset like a yacht, which basically maintains their wealth. So this is going to be continuous. It will go from one person to the next person, the next person. They'll take real estate, they'll property like yachts. All this matters because that's where the wealth of the upper crust, the elite, if you will, of Russia hide their money, most of which was taken essentially from the Russian people. But that impacts them, and potentially they could impact President Putin and his decisions based on the pain that they feel from these sanctions.
And Darrell, both China and Russia are known for their cyber expertise. So how concerned are you about potential cyber attacks right now? And does this new report give you any more confidence?
Because cyber attacks truly are persistent, they're going on all the time. They're probing, trying to figure out whether the defenses are being created to help them, patch different, avenues into different systems. It's always a concern. I'm not sure that it's really more of a concern than anything else unless the entire grid systems are taken down. But yeah, the Chinese are very capable. The North Koreans are capable. The Iranians are capable. And certainly the Russians are capable.
So what can not only the U.S. government, but what can private businesses do right now to try to protect themselves?
Well, I think the call out from Jen Easterly, the CISA folks, from General Nakasone at NSA to reinforce that corporate America has a huge part to play in this, by reporting when attacks happen, so they can figure out whether it's state-sponsored or whether it's just, regular criminals trying to get into their system. So this is an all of government effort, and quite frankly, all of government and all of corporate America and its partners abroad all stepping up and feeding this beast and trying to figure out what is coming next on the cyber front.
And we heard the Attorney General referring to those images now coming out of some of the formerly seized territories in Ukraine, now reclaimed by Ukrainian forces. I want to go to a moment where the Attorney General described some of what he's seeing.
We've seen the mass graves. We have seen the bombed hospital, theater, and residential apartment buildings. The world sees what is happening in Ukraine. The Justice Department sees what is happening in Ukraine. This department has a long history of helping to hold accountable those who perpetrate war crimes.
He then went on, Mick, to refer to the Nuremberg trials and said the U.S. is going to assist international efforts to identify and hold those responsible for the atrocities in Ukraine accountable. What do you make of that?
So that's absolutely what we should be doing. This is, as I indicated earlier, if this was one or two incidents, then it could be undisciplined soldiers. But this is not. This is mass graves. This looks like a systematic effort to target and kill civilians, which would have to be directed up the chain of command. So the leadership up to President Putin, our Defense Minister Shoigu, likely have directed this, and that it raises to a level of a Nuremberg type scenario where everybody has to be held accountable for these atrocities.
All right, Darrell Blocker, Mick Mulroy, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.